There are two main elements to sound design. There is the melody, and then there are the sonic choices you make on how that melody sounds. In this video, I'm going to show you that you can make pretty much anything sound good with the right sonic choices. Let's get into it. So I just played this very, very basic melody, if it's even a melody, using this free plugin, Decent Sampler, and this Casio dictaphone keyboard. It sounds cool, but it doesn't sound great. If I heard that, I wouldn't feel particularly inspired to make a song or a beat or a loop or, whatever I'm trying to make. However, we're only a few steps away, like honestly, just a few little steps away from making something like that sound actually pretty good and inspiring. And I think that's the most important thing. You want it to sound inspiring so that you can make something cool on top of it. A song is made up of multiple parts. You need to start somewhere, right? And let me stress, the point of this video is not to show you a specific set of plugins that will make your melodies and ideas sound good. It's more to just show you that you only need a few interesting choices to make something sound good. You could copy these plugins that I'm using, or you could use any other plugin. Just be creative, experiment, try stuff. I don't use this particular chain every time. In fact, this was just a random selection of things that I threw together just then. You can use anything, and that's the fun of it. So first, I used the Super VHS by Baby Audio. I like this magic button. I didn't actually do anything except for hit the magic button. It's like chorus, it gives it this nice stereo kind of vibe. Next I threw this delay plugin called Outer Space on. It's like a tape echo, and I did a 1/8 dotted note with lots of treble and not a lot of bass. Then I threw on Pro-EQ and got rid of some of the lows. And then I threw on this Kickstart 2 by Nicky Romero. Now that last plugin is something that is a maybe. Once we start building a song around it, it might feel good, it might not. By itself with no drums, it's a little bit weird, but we'll quickly test that out. And before we do that, you can hear the difference. There's 4 plugins here. 2 of them are vibe, one of them is just a cleanup, and then the other is kind of a little bit of pulsing. It's the same melody, it's the same idea, but it just is a lot vibier. I feel way more inspired to start building off of that rather than just a dry signal. Obviously, you can make stuff sound good through the actual synth. If you're using Vital or Omnisphere or Serum or Arturia stuff, you can make that initial starting point sound good just inside the synth. This one was just a random sound that I picked up. I didn't tweak it. I just kind of started playing, and then I used plugins on top of it to make it feel good. And I promise you, as long as the notes that you're playing in are not completely dissonant or like whack, as long as they kind of sound pretty decent by themselves, as in they're not clashing in scale, I promise any kind of processing you do will probably sound cool. Even the most whack stuff, like we could throw on the Decapitator and absolutely crunch it, and it would probably still sound cool. It's not the vibe that I want, but it definitely didn't sound bad. It just sounded particular. And in the next few minutes, let's just quickly build something. I'm just choosing a random Studio One preset on the drums. Don't love that kick though. I'm techno, let's do that. Sounds great. Not the samples that I would typically choose, but let's go with it. Look, I'm not necessarily making anything good here, but you get the idea. I hope that you can really kind of build on a real nice vibe, and getting a real nice vibe is not super difficult, especially if you have cool tools. And in saying that, like, let's just plug this. So if you use Studio One, I made this preset, and there's free templates and presets in the description. I made this preset and it's real sick, in my opinion. You just grab up the macros and check this out. So you can also build presets yourself, or use this preset if you want it. That's all just stock plugin. So you can definitely do cool stuff without having to pay money on expensive things. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, hit like, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. If you need a mixing engineer or a producer, you can check out some of my work in the description below. I do work with a lot of artists, so I'd love to listen to your work if you have something that you want to get produced or mixed. Have a good day, and I'll catch you next video.